For the defender, in terms of marking, he needs to be in a position whereby he's defending the ball and the goal to start with, and then as the ball is played to the attacking player, he can close down the space and put pressure on the ball. Hi, I'm Joyce, an FA youth coach developer, and I'm here today to talk to you about marking and the importance of marking in today's game. And what I'm trying to do with the tactics board in front of me is to take you through my thought process in terms of how do I develop that out of possession ability to mark attacking players. So it's going to be working with defenders and looking at all the capabilities that the modern day defender needs to be. In terms of utilising space on the pitch, what I've tried to lay out here in this particular area is 3 different practices that I would probably work through, or that you can work through, in order to develop your players' ability to mark and mark effectively. This first session is a 1v1 session with a server at one end and a target area in this corner here. The idea of the practice is that the attacker is up against the defender, and the attacker's objective is to get into this end zone to then try and put the ball into the small goal. For the defender, in terms of marking, he needs to be in a position whereby he's defending the ball and the goal to start with, and then as the ball is played to the attacking player, he can close down the space and put pressure on the ball. That initially is to prevent the attacking player from turning and making his job in terms of possession very difficult. In order to do that, the defensive player needs to have good positioning to start, and then as the ball's travelling, be able to arrive at the defender at a time where the ball arrives to exert some pressure. Hopefully force a mistake, force the ball back. If he doesn't arrive early enough, the attacker can get turned and is now in a strong position to attack and look to score the goal. The defender now is primed to show the ball down the line and not inside. So his body position in terms of movement is now looking to force the ball into that area away from the goal. And as the attacker moves down the line, he will mirror the attacker's body position and movement and look to win possession. So moving from the 1v1 now to a 2v2 practice, where there now becomes more players on the pitch and more decision making for the defenders. With this practice, we can see we've got 2 blue players who will be the attacking players in this instance, and 2 defenders. The idea being that the ball is played in from the coach to one of the blue players. Their objective again being to get into the end zone before slotting the ball into a small goal to score. If the yellow players, the defenders, win possession, they can score by placing the ball or firing the ball into the goal nearest the coach. You can see that I've coned off or shaded off corners of the pitch because I don't want the activity to be working in that area. So that gives less space for the defenders to defend, even though we're still looking to force wide and not force central. So in terms of decision making, marking, as the ball's played into the first striker, the first defender looks to mark, and he's getting himself between the ball and the goal and putting pressure on the defender. The second defender is now in a support position. He's covering and helping his partner. If the ball gets played across, we now transfer across, and he deals with this player here, and his partner now goes into a covering position. So they're working on a balance, on a pendulum. So we have pressing, covering and balance in this particular practice. In this second scenario, we can see now that the 2 strikers have decided to split to use more space and give a different problem to the 2 defenders. So as the ball is now played in and it's going into this side, the defender who's marking the number 8 from a distance has the opportunity to press, but also to intercept. So his decision making in terms of how quickly he can cover the ground, how close he can get to the man and ball, and the timing of that makes for very good marking. As he does go in there, the ball's played, he does go in there. As a coach, we're looking at the position of that second defender, who's in an open body position, so he can see the ball, He can see his own man, but he's also aware of where the goal is. So if his partner tries to intercept but misses the ball, he's now in a position to come across and be that covering defender and try and deny time, deny space, and give the opportunity for his partner to recover into that position. Third scenario would be if one of the attacking players decides he's not getting much space because the marking's really good, he now comes deep to receive. This gives the defenders a second problem. Do we go in tight and follow him in with the opportunity of being played 1-2 around? Or do we sit and look to squeeze up as a pair and cause the opposition problem by condensing the space? If the ball's played in short, that defender really has to make up the ground quickly, mirror the movements of the number 8 in order to go in and exert pressure, and his partner will come up alongside him and they're working together there as a pair.